Mama. There's a lot of people watching.
Hi, how are ya? It's me.
So show what you make and tell them what you're doing, Mom.
This is a lemon mixture that's going to go into the crust that's being put in the oven at 350 for 10 minutes. And we're doing it basically because my daughter's birthday's tomorrow. So what we're doing is we with the cold, we weren't able to get out to get her cake. So we decided just to make her something that we had in the pantry. And this, lo and behold, stuck out. And I thought, well, we'll go ahead and do this. This is kind of special. You know, she likes lemon, so that'll make her happy.
Your cookie looks delicious.
Uh, Thank you.
You can talk, Mama.
Oh, well, I'm hoping. I've never tried this.
This came from Lex.
Well, I appreciate that. It does smell lemony. It's got that lemony flavor.
So why are you making the cake, Mama?
Well, my daughter's going to be 32 years old tomorrow. You know, your kids grow up and you want to do something special for them, and this is my special treat for not just her brother and sister, but it's a special treat that we're going to have just for
Lex
her.
says happy birthday to your daughter.
Okay, I appreciate that. I'll tell her. She's at work. She got into work, so she had to. I guess the roads still are covered, which is surprising to me, but I guess they haven't been able to put much salt down.
So, Mom, tell them who you are.
Am I on this one?
You're on both right now.
Oh well, like I said, I don't think they've used much salt because with it being it's 11 degrees, which my daughter was saying when she called me this morning that it's almost like negative 11. That's how cold it feels outside. And like she said, she's going to have to, when she gets ready to leave, which is going to be later on this afternoon, she said she's going to have to go out and start her car to make sure it starts okay. You know, you have to do a lot to baby your cars, especially in this kind of weather.
Wow, that sounds cool. Yeah, where we're at, our weathers are not very good.
Yeah. I still need to. I need to get tires.
It is very cold. Like right where we're at negative something, and negative 11, right, Mama?
Well, yeah, it's 11 degrees in the house, or not in the house, but that's 11 degrees it's reading. But it's my daughter said it's negative 11. That's how cold. And they said today was going to be one of the coldest. You know, again, are we going to get much snow? I doubt it that cold. But again, I could be wrong. I'm no weatherman. And I don't think I would ever want to be a weatherman. You know, you never know you have to prepare your car. I always tell my kids, get a survival thing in your car. Pack a blanket.
For me, it's 27 degrees and it feels like 14.
Yeah, chances are. Pack a blanket. Make sure you have your jumper cables. Make sure you have I don't even know if oil will freeze, but a can of oil, extra oil, just in case you need it. I would say get some fluids, but fluids will definitely freeze, so you can't.
Ray, welcome in.
Possibly a pillow you could pack in your car, and extra boots and extra clothes, things to keep you warm, especially if you have to wait out till someone comes to get you. So it all depends on how quickly you can get help. You know, my daughter, she has that starting thing for her car, so she can actually stay in the house. It warms her car up, and then she can go out and get in her car and it's warm. Where my youngest daughter doesn't have that convenience, and she literally, it takes a good 15-20 minutes just to warm the car up. And she was coming home last night and said, Mom, I had to go out, but my car didn't even warm up until I got in the driveway, and then it kind of started to warm up. So she said that kind of scared her because she likes to have a little warmth to it. So don't forget to subscribe if you like this thing that I'm doing. This, I'll let you know what it tastes like, but it's going to take us a while. I think, if I'm not mistaken, It's requiring 27 to 32 minutes to bake it. So we'll see exactly how good.
Colin says had to put a new battery in my car and it struggled to start.
Oh yeah, batteries. They say you have to get that.
Lex, thank you for the follow.
They say you have to get the. Thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate
She's
that.
a little nervous because she doesn't like being in front of the camera all the time. Just bear with her, guys.
Yeah, the little backward.
Just tell about your story. Tell them who you are, Mama. Like what? Who,
Well, I was just to tell Colin, just be careful of the batteries because you need that extra vamping that goes over to make sure your car starts okay.
she said. Lex says that's reasonable. I feel like that sometimes too. Yeah, you'd think my mom wouldn't be shy being a former school teacher, but being in front of a camera, she's kind of shy and backward.
Yeah, I am.
So go ahead, tell them about your story, Mom. Tell who you are, what you went through. You can say anything, like tell your story, Mama.
Okay, I can tell you that I'm a cancer survivor. I've had 2 bouts with cancer. One was breast cancer, one was uterine cancer. I was put on tamoxifen, which caused the uterine. Uterine was a slow growing one. They removed both of them. One of them took a little bit longer than the other. If I'm not mistaken, the one they basically got everything but 2% of it. It hit the wall of the uterine, and I'm on what you call remission, and I have to be aware to just be sure because, cancer is one of those things that you never know. It could come back. Now, the other one, they removed it, which is good, but I was on stage 1 going into stage 2, and they gave me adriamycin for chemotherapy, which they called it the Red Devil, which don't ask me why, but that was the nickname. I found out why. When they gave it, it was okay. Now my mixture looks presentable. Now I need spatula. And what this is hot. What you're going to do is I'm going to have my sous chef pour it in, make sure that all areas are coated, covered. Yeah, this looks definitely hot, ready to go. So hopefully this is going to taste good. I hope. Now, my sous chef, I need you, if it's possible. You are going to.
Keep talking, Mom.
You need to pour this now while it's hot. And then what you're going to do is make sure it hits all the areas. So you're going to go all the way around. Yeah, that's what you need to do. You can hear it sizzling. So that's kind of good that you have that. But we need to make sure it gets all over. This you can smell the lemon spice or lemon whatever they used. So it's definitely good. This looks presentable. No, he's got a little bit more. He's going to have to take the spatula.
Keep talking to him, Mama.
Now Alexa, stop. We're getting all this in. Now this corner here is going to need some.
So just spread it.
Yeah, kind of spread it. Yeah. You want to make sure all crust is covered. Make sure it's smooth and glossy.
There, Mama.
Thank you.
You need this bowl anymore?
No, you already rinsed it. Okay. Now. Now, what you need, and so it's going to take 27 to 32 minutes, and I don't know if we have powdered sugar out there, but they claim after it's done cooking, you want to
How hot, though?
350, what I had it on.
So 350 for
Yeah.
about 20 minutes?
Yeah. 27 to 32. I like doing things like this with the family. It kind of gives them something to do, and they get to learn different things too. We made a batch of chili last night. Boy, was that good. But we do what's called a Mexican dish, and we take chili, we take cheese, we take tomatoes, we take rice, and we take corn for lakes, and we put it in, and we create a chili mixture. And boy, was that good last night, huh, Frank?
Mm-hmm.
But we try to look for recipes. The day before, I made potato soup, and they call it a poor man's soup. My mom used to. Now my mom's was coming from she's passed, but they dice up potatoes, put it in water, and we cheated. We kind of put mushroom soup in it, 2 cans of it, and we put a little bit of the wrong seasoning. It was oregano, and we should have used basil. But that's okay. And we ate it, and it tasted very good. It felt good because it was so warm. And, you know, you want something warm, especially around this weather. You know, it's hard to decide what you're going to make, and that's what you try to look for is things that you can do that you can make. To get back to my story, I technical difficulties. I've been doing word searches. I'll show you the word searches I've been doing.
Oh, hold on a second. I think I know what's going on. Bear with me.
Can I talk?
You can keep talking.
Okay. My kids bought these word searches. This is Harry Potter word search and coloring book, and I like to color. So these are all colors. Now I've been working really hard to try to get these down, and I always date it, and then I put my initials. Then I am on the Deathly Hollows Part 1, and I'm finishing that up. I've only got a couple more there, and I'm on page 79. So this book's almost done. This one's another one that basically is just a plain ordinary word search. It's got answers, and you don't want to cheat. Don't want to read the back to see what the solutions are. You do it yourself. It's a mind. It helps your mind, and it gives you a chance to do word searches. Now, I'm not very good with crossword puzzles, but I'm definitely not very good with Sudoku. My husband was like an excellent person with Sudoku. He loved doing Sudoku, and it kept him busy. And like I said, you have to pick games out that you want to play. Now, I do color. My kids got me several different pictures. My son illustrates, so he drew several pictures for me, and I have been doing those, oh my gosh, forever. I have tons of them. You know, we don't have any white canvases that we can do, so we're not doing white canvases, but we're trying to color those, and I've been using different colors for that, and that's been helpful. You know, it's kind of neat. It's still 11 degrees out. Yep, it's cold. It's a cold day. It's gonna be cold probably most of the night too. So bundle up. Be prepared. You know, I don't use any heating blankets because I don't know. My skin doesn't feel cold. But I know I've got to get. I'm on allergy shots, and I need to get my allergy shot in. So I might have to work on that. But
You can talk, Mama.
oh, I am. I'm trying to talk, but you know, like I said, we're trying to clean the house a little bit. I have neuropathy, so I can't get to certain places. So they bring it out to me, and I sort it, and we either put it in a box that we're going to give it away, or we give it to someone that we know that could use it. So it all depends.
Okay. Now, don't say anything about giving stuff.
Did you hear what I said?
Well, you do the talking.
Oh, no, you just talk, Mama. Just say whatever, but just don't talk about that part. TikTok will cut us out, Mom.
Okay, so
Go ahead. Just talk. Tell about your journey, Mama.
okay, well, just to let you know, I've been cancer free for 12 years. No, 14.
18.
18 years. I lose track of that. 18 years.
Hey, Lex. Sorry we went away. We had some technical difficulties with TikTok. Welcome back, though.
Yeah, welcome back. I'm glad you came back.
So tell about your journey, Mom. Talk about what you went through. Just say whatever you went through. Talk about it for everyone can hear.
Well, I was taken to the hospital, and I had to go through surgery on the first one. And I told you it was stage 1 going on stage 2. Now, when I went on the biopsy, that was kind of interesting. They put me on, I call it a sewing machine. And they lifted my body up. And when they lifted it up, the doctor slid underneath. And he claimed when he told my family my cancer, breast cancer, was like a snowstorm. It had so many flakes that they couldn't tell which one to choose from. And the radiologist goes, well, which one should I choose? And the doctor says, I guess you're going to have to pick 2. And he picked 2, and luckily he picked the right ones because when they came back, they were malignant. And that was the indication that the cancer had taken over. And my cancer was a little different. It was just like a spider. And it had legs, and it clamped onto parts of my body, which they call that Herceptin. And what it is it was something that we had to be very, very careful. So they made sure that they took good care of me. So I was there, I can't remember, a week and a half. And I had to go to the main campus to have the surgery. And then I went down closer to home for the chemotherapy. I luckily didn't have to take radiation. But I was stage 1, stage 2. I will tell you my cancer, it was ductal carcinoma. You remember those because they say it over and over and over again. I have to share a funny story, and I don't know if you want to hear it, but I'll let you know. My husband was getting ready to take me in for my surgery for my breast cancer, and they gave him an ink pen. It was permanent ink pen. And what they told him to write is something on the
Yeah, keep going.
breast, something to write on there so that they knew which one to take. Well, all these young doctors came in to see my journey, and I opened my gown up, and all of a sudden I look over and they're all laughing. And I'm like, I don't understand why they're laughing. Well, here my husband put a special message on that one. Don't forget, take this one, or something that made him laugh. And I thought, wow, that was a good way to set it off. So, you know, when it was taken off, I want to tell you, it was pretty scary. First time I looked in the mirror, I thought, oh gosh, you know, you don't realize it until it hits you that you have cancer. And I had a lot of people come out and tell me, Sherry, don't feel bad because I had the same cancer you did. And I'm thinking, these are people I've been around forever and ever, and they had cancer. I made the doctors give me the equipment if I could take it to my class because I wanted to teach my class about it. I had to create a barrier around my desk, and the kids couldn't come close because I wanted to get back to teaching. And my goal was not to be off very long. And by golly, I wasn't off very long. I stayed isolated. I was in a corner of my room around it. My desk was around it. And boy, my students, they stayed away. You know, I answered questions, but I had to answer it from a distance. And, you know, I used to be kind of like a hugging teacher. Good job, nice job, pat him on the back. I couldn't even do that because obviously I had to be safe. One thing that was kind of another story I'll share. Adriamycin I told you it was called the Red Devil, and I did not know the consequences and side effects of Red Devil. But I was taking a shower, and all of a sudden I reached up to wash my hair, and I went like this, and a clump of hair came out of my head or scalp. I went, oh no. And I went like this because a woman, this brings back sad memories. A woman likes their hair. It just devastated me, the fact that I was going to lose all my hair. My husband he says, don't worry, honey. I'll cut my hair for you. My son wanted to cut his hair. My daughters did, and I said no. The girls couldn't do it because I knew what they had to go through. But my son and my husband, they shaved their head for me. Sorry, brings back memories. You know. But I made it through chemo. I had a doctor that was pretty stern and had me on a medicine that he knew that it would take care of the cancer for a little while. They put me in remission through it, and I saw his counterpart that took care of me too, and while we took the chemo, they had little stations, and we would go into one of the stations, and they'd hook you in. I had a port. Now, my port couldn't be put on the chest.
MP, welcome in, and thank you for the likes and all that. We appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate that. My port was actually right here. They had to put it there, and when they had to access it, I had to go to the hospital to have it access because the nurses kept flipping me upside down to try to put it in, and it kept hurting me. So they took me to a place over there, and they accessed it, and then I went over to have my chemo, and then they did what they had to do over there, and this was, oh my gosh, a long time. But I had cellulitis, and they couldn't put it on the chest because they were afraid I'd have cellulitis again.
Reed, thank you for the likes.
Yeah, thank you very much.
So what my mom's doing right now, while we're waiting for her lemon cake to make, she's talking about her cancer journey and other stuff she's been through in her life. So guys, enjoy the story, and if you have anything you want to ask, go ahead, send your daily heart me's. Double tap the screen, share the live. Mom's just talking about her journey. So go ahead, Mom.
Yeah, and I will let you know, my children, my kids, I wore hats at school, and I had one little boy. He's a sixth grader. I went to my desk, and there was something black sticking out from underneath my social studies book. And I lifted it up, and here he gave me Mickey Mouse ears. And then he says, I didn't know if you'd wear them, but I gave them to you. And I said, you bet I'd wear them. So I walked down the hallway of my school, a proud person, the fact that he was willing to give me Mickey Mouse ears. And I didn't care what anyone said. That was a big gift from him. And I had a enjoyable day that day because I held my Mickey Mouse ears up with pride. And like I said, they did little things like that. I had one little girl, she heard me say that I drank tea, because sometimes some of the food was not very good. I was given medicine to help with the nausea. I'd get a shot one day after chemo. The next day I was in bed. I mean, it did a toll on me. And they gave me this shot because they knew that if I took the shot, it would be quite as bad. Now, I still had the symptoms of being nauseated, but not quite as bad. And I want to tell you something. I took it as a trooper. At one point, and my son can vouch for me, I almost gave up chemo. I told my sister who took me in, my husband